Over the summer, some middle and high school students in the Boston area will have a chance to advance their learning in STEM fields thanks to a free program. It's offered by Lincoln Beaver Works, which is chartered by MIT's School of Engineering and its Lincoln Laboratory. To tell us about the program are the program manager from the Beaver Works, Lisa Kelley, and the facility manager at the lab, Joel Grimm. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lisa, I think the best way to sum up what you're doing here is it's called project-based learning, and some kids might be saying, that doesn't sound too exciting, but how is that different from the usual high school or middle school classroom routine?
So a typical day for the students, they come in and they get a lecture for a couple hours, and then the rest of the day is spaced hands-on. Our autonomous race car, for instance, it's a miniature race car, and they're hands-on with the race car, trying to program it and get it to run. So it's really project-based learning. They work in teams rather than alone. Some of the other project-based.
We have courses in many of them are focused on AI-related skills, computer science-related skills, where they're learning to program and build their own skills in these projects, teaching computers how to autonomously navigate a car, autonomously navigate a course, fly a drone, because the number of different courses we have kind of span the range of interests that students have, from drones to autonomous cars to medical data analytics as well.
And you're not just making something go up in the air. I mean, you have to run a course, you have to avoid obstacles.
Exactly.
What's that like with the kids doing that?
It's actually really fascinating because you see that look of, I did it all the time as the students are working on their project. When the drone or the car navigates the course for the first time, you see the fist pumps, and just their excitement is just amazing to see as that's something that they built, and to see that reaction when they complete a course or complete one of the mini challenges over the course of each week. So,
Lisa, when I look at the list of the gadgets that you work with, like a box to put on a spaceship or health data, I'm a little intimidated. But on the other hand, the intention here has to do with real world problems. Explain that.
Yeah, so you shouldn't have to wait to go to college to see what's really happening in the world. You know, the way of the world right now is autonomous vehicles, right? So why do you have to wait till college to learn how to do that? You can do it in high school, you can do it in middle school, and that's what we're trying to show them. You know, you're all smart enough to get these concepts now, and we're just making the concepts a little easier for you to develop and learn, and be able to also go back and maybe start a club at your school and teach your peers the same thing. That's how transformational it is for these students. They can start small. At the end, they're driving their car through a course, and then they can go and teach it.
Joel, I can think of a couple of other real-world problems like identity theft and ransomware, and I guess you have some students maybe working on that.
Yes, we actually have a course on embedded systems and hardware hacking, where the students learn how computer systems are vulnerable and how to fix those. And we're also running a new course this year on reverse engineering software, which is exactly the same thing, but with software. We have staff from Lincoln Lab and from MIT who are teaching a course to understand how to create robust software, resilient software, so that as they write that software, it's not vulnerable to hacking. And again, here there's going to be challenges every week, and there's going to be a kind of the end of the July event where they get to demonstrate a big system problem that they get to demonstrate and talk to parents and teachers and people that come by to visit for our final event in August, on August 2nd.
This is BNN News, and we're talking about the Beaver Works summer program at MIT with Lisa Kelley and Joel Grimm. Lisa, there were two levels here, high school and middle school. What do you do with the middle school students?
So the middle school students come Monday through Friday, starting July 5th. Well, so they actually start July 6th, so it's a Tuesday that first week. They're there from 9 to 3:30 a.m. And so they come into class, they get a few hours of lecture, they have lunch, and then the afternoon is spent working on the cars. And each week they have a small accomplishment they have to reach. And so week one is, can they program their car just to go straight? And by the end of the week, they get so excited. They work in teams of two, they have a small car, and they work on their laptops. And by the end of week one, they're very excited because everybody has gotten their car to go straight. And we make it so everybody succeeds. We don't want anybody feeling left out or left behind, so everybody succeeds. Week 2 for the middle school students, they are now getting their cars to read things. There's an orange cone. You have to stop a foot away from the orange cone. So by the end of the week, now they can drive straight and they can stop a foot away from the cone. And they just keep building on the skills they learned till they have August 2nd, a final event. We set up a race course in the Johnson Ice Rink in MIT, and they have to follow colors and lines and finish the track the fastest.
Now, what about require? I mean, do you have to be able to program or have your own laptop? Or
Nope. We provide the laptops for all the students. It's completely free and no experience necessary for the middle school program. Actually, last year, that was our requirement that kids came in with no experience. Last year was the first year of the program, and we wanted to prove that they didn't need experience to be able to do this.
Joe, what about the experience of a kid coming from, whether it's some part of Boston or Cambridge, and just going into MIT? I mean, what's the feeling like for them?
I think it can be a little overwhelming because the campus is a big campus, right? As you well know, and but we try very hard to meet the parents and meet the people, especially the first week, so they get familiar with how to get to the classroom, because it can feel overwhelming, right? They're meeting a lot of other kids they haven't met before. This is a program they're not sure what's going to happen. So we try very hard to make sure that we've got enough TAs, teaching assistants, and the instructors there, and people like us to guide them in and make sure they get settled in, right? Because that's important for them to feel comfortable before they can start to learn.
Lisa, because I'm also thinking of these programs as something that ripples out when the kid goes back to the rest of middle school or high school. How would you describe the effect?
We do hear from kids who are friends from the kids who attended last year who are very excited to come and do the program this year. And we actually have a couple of kids who took the middle school program this year who came back to a program we offered for teachers to learn how to teach the program so they could teach it to their middle school. So I think that's how it's filtering back. These kids enjoyed it so much, they're willing to fundraise so they can build a car and then go teach their friends.
Joe, what did you see as far as the effect when kids leave these programs?
But that's like Lisa said too, right? We see kids going back and they're so excited they want to start a club so they can keep working on this. And I think their excitement is contagious to some of the teachers, because we have the Elliott Middle School, the Fessenden, Pioneer Charter, and Everett are all starting their own program because they sent kids to the Summer Institute for the middle school program, and now the kids are in their school, and the kids are so excited they want to bring the same curriculum to their schools locally for enrichment programs.
Lisa, if people are interested, I know you've got some deadlines coming up, so even if this year doesn't work, maybe next year, but what should they do?
They should go on Google and search either BeaverWorks Summer Institute, and BeaverWorks is 2 words, or BWSI, and that should lead you to our website, and all of the details are on the website.
Thank you both very much, Lisa Kelley and Joel Grimm.